What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of this Crystal Palace FIFA 16 career mode. In the last episode then you saw us bring in a few new youth players and we suffered mixed emotion in terms of our Premier League form. We got a narrow win away to QPR, it was a tough game, and then we suffered a narrow home defeat at the hands of Everton, who are flying high in second, so nothing to cry about too much and nothing to be too concerned about. But defeats are starting to creep in, we're looking a little bit more vulnerable, something we're going to have to put right and correct in the next few weeks if we are going to achieve our goal of qualifying for Europe. You can see us offer a youth contract there, or a proper contract to Juan Maresca. He's a youth player that we brought in and we want to tie him down permanently. Jordan Much, of all people, who hasn't had a lot of first team game time, also came to us before this game and asked for a wage increase. Not going to happen. Pure and simple. You can see our first game of this episode, we travelled to the Boleyn Ground, or Upton Park as you probably still know it, to take on a very good looking West Ham side. Obviously they beat us here last year, which damaged our blows of qualifying for Europe. They've got some good players, Dimitri Payet, Marko Arnautovic has also joined them as well, Enner Valencia starts up front for them, so lots to be concerned about, to be honest. Jamie Vardy lines up front for us, Zuma and Bartra the defensive pairing. Other than that, it's pretty much as you were. So starting off, Jamie Vardy looks to get past the defence using his pace. His foul is committed, he kind of held back or obstructed, and the referee gave a free kick, and Cabaye forces Randolph into a decent save. So we're coming closest early doors, nearly first blood for us, wasn't quite to be. A fantastic defence splitting pass from Joe Ledley gave Wilfried Zaha the opportunity, but again Randolph was on form to make the save. And another free kick here, this one's a soft one, it's quite harsh on Kouyaté. Two players coming together battling for the ball, gives Cabaye another effort. This time he forces another save out of Randolph, getting a bit closer, more whip on that one, more pace. So it's kind of warming up his set-piece shoes. You get the sense that a goal is coming if West Ham continue to give us free kicks on the edge of the box like that. But here we're going on a bit of a run. Joe Ledley is the man the ball falls to. And again, the West Ham shot stopper is in top form, turning the ball behind for a corner, which we lay short to the edge of the box. Ledley fires one in, and Randolph is there again. Can we find a way past this keeper? In the first half, we're having many chances. A clever turn here from Jamie Vardy. This time, it's a super stop from Randolph, absolutely super reflex save, and we go in at half time still 0-0 despite peppering West Ham's goal with a lot of chances. We make a substitution at this stage. Cabaye is absolutely knackered, so young Sergio Mendes is going to come on, one of the youth players that we've signed. He's on a permanent contract. I think he's got overall of about 50. We want him to develop, and the best way to do that is to give him some first team game time. That was his first involvement, an absolute horror tackle about 20 minutes late. Welcome to the Premier League, son. Maybe we found ourselves the next Roy Keane, who knows. But after that, West Ham put together a brilliant move, and Mikel Antonio, the guy formerly of Nottingham Forest, smashes them 1-0 up. It was their first real attack of the game, but take nothing away from the finish. That shot went like an arrow into the top corner, and obviously at this point we panicked a bit because there isn't a lot of time remaining. So Video and Sincraven are going to come on as we try and get ourselves back on level terms. It's actually Mendes on the edge of the box, finds Vardy. He finds Video, who hits a really good first time strike. Randolph makes the save. It was definitely going in. It's a bit of a scramble, and the ball is eventually cleared away by West Ham. And as we commit bodies forward, we left ourselves open at the back to the counter-attack. And here you can see Zarate, who come on as a substitute, fresh legs, just fires one into the box. And I think it's Enner Valencia there, no one within 10 yards of him. We'd committed so many men forward, and he punished us. It's now West Ham 2, Crystal Palace 0. So it looks as though we're heading for consecutive defeats, and of course we are. With 5 minutes left, there was no chance for us to get back in the game at all. Full-time whistle has gone, and another defeat. This is not acceptable at all for a club of our ambitions at the moment. So a lot to be concerned about, particularly as Saido Berahino, who did start to hit form back end of last season, early stages of this season. He was smashing in a few goals. That seems to have died off a little bit. He's come to us to say he's concerned about his role at the club. He thought he'd be the main man. Obviously, Jamie Vardy has continued to be the main man, but obviously not coming up with the goods in that last game. Is going to give Berahino the chance here. We put him in the starting 11. Sincraven's going to start as well, as is Video. Vestergaard is going to partner Zuma at the back as we look to, sort of solidify that defence, if you like. We've got a home game against Norwich. No disrespect to them. It's a game I would expect to win. I feel we go into this as the favourites. You can see Wes Hoolahan's playing, Cameron Jerome. They've got Malumbu and Olsen in there as well. So they've got a bit of strength, good at the back. A couple of players to look out for going forward. Early on then we have a really good strike, which is well saved from Ruddy. It was actually Coquelin on the edge of the area. Norwich looked dangerous from set pieces though. That delivery into the box, we didn't defend too well, but fortunately the header was straight into the arms of the keeper. And then Cabaye tests Ruddy once more. It's a brilliant save first time round, and then the follow-up was blocked behind by Stephen Whittaker. But you can see here Norwich playing the ball at the back. They were kind of a little bit casual. Berahino burst onto that one with a good challenge, and then had little support, so had no choice but to fire the shot. It was a decent shot. Ruddy didn't look too comfortable. It flew high and wide though. We move into first half stoppage time here. If we're going to get ahead before half time, we're going to have to do it now. It looked as though Sincraven was going to dance his way through, but the shot he had was eventually blocked and cleared away. But we pick it up. The referee still hasn't blown for half time. You can see Cabaye fizzing the ball into Berahino. He passes it on to Sincraven. This time he does manage to get the shot away and gives us a 1-goal lead at a crucial time in the game, with that left foot of his just driving it across goal into the side netting. And that was virtually the last kick of the half. So all we've got to do now, 45 minutes, do a professional job, not concede, and we're going to end the losing streak. So what can we do here? It's a difficult lead though, a 1-0 lead. You don't know whether to go forward and look for the second or whether to sit back and defend. It was Coquelin here testing Ruddy out. It's another good save. It fell straight to Video, but he couldn't adjust his body. It kind of just hit him in the face, and the danger was gone. Not something we're pleased about, but he more than made up for it a few moments later. You saw him score a fantastic individual goal earlier on in the season against Southampton, and he's got another one to add to the collection here. He just picks up the ball. It's what he's good at. It's what we love him for. He's got plenty of pace, good ball control, agility, low centre of gravity, all those things that top players in the world have. Even though he's not recognised as a top player in the world, he just drove through 5 or 6 players and applied the finish with his weaker left foot as well. He's a real danger when he's on this kind of form. The only problem is he's not always consistent. Wilfried Zaha obviously is a very similar player, but he just lacks an end product as far as we're concerned. And then we had a chance to go 3 up. Cabaye feeding the ball through to Jamie Vardy, and that was an uncharacteristic finish to say the least. I could have picked that up, just thrown your hat on it. That was awful. Not what you expect from Vardy. Norwich had an attack at the other end shortly after that as well. Could have got themselves back into the game. Olsen smashing the ball across goal. Unfortunately for him, none of his strikers were willing to gamble on it, and we get the win. So back to winning ways, ending the losing streak. Vestergaard comes to us and says, "Cheers, boss, for the game time." No worries, mate. Kept a clean sheet at the back there with Zuma. That's exactly what we like to see. So looking at the Premier League table at the end of this episode then, we're now back up into 4th place in the Champions League spots. You can see it is quite tight at the top there. Chelsea leading, City now in 2nd, Everton in 3rd, and Arsenal just a few points behind us in 5th. That's up there where we need to be, approaching the halfway point of the season now. It's tough. We're finding it hard. You know, like I say, last year we suffered too many draws. We've only drawn 2 games this year. The games that we were drawing last year, we're losing this time round. It is not quite good enough. We've got to tweak the team a little bit more and make sure we're getting more out of each game. But that's going to bring this episode to a close, guys. So thanks for watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we will see you again next time.